So, I got tired of living in a semi-rural area and I wanted to get the fuck out. So, I packed everything up, I quit my job without any plan. I decided to move to New York City like any sane person would. And this is how that went. I'm at Madison Square Park right now in New York City. As you can see, I came to New York City on a whim with my 2 bags. And I booked a ticket to come here like 3 days ago on Greyhound. And I just got here like a few hours ago. I don't really have anywhere to be because my hostel check-in is at 3. Yeah, I booked a hostel to stay for like $60 a night for 10 days. And I just couldn't take being in a small town anymore. As someone who's... And I literally don't know anybody here. I don't have any relatives or friends. I'm gonna try to see if I can move up here, you know. I don't have any plans. I didn't come here with any kind of a dream, but I did come here with the audacity and delusion that I can make it here. And I just realized I came here at the right time because, you know, it's Pride Month and I think there's a lot of things going on. So I came here by myself and, you know, I never really traveled alone before. So I'm gonna try to make an effort to go to some things and, you know, feel like I'm in a community. And I found like few jobs that are hiring and I'm gonna try to hand in my resumes in person and see if I can get anything. And then I also found some places that I'm gonna go and see. It's a sublet because obviously I'm not gonna be able to rent a room by myself. So I'm gonna try to see how that goes within the 10 days and hopefully it'll work because there's no going back. The little portals here. It's so funny. I don't even know where I'm going. The bus ride with Greyhound was so rough. Oh my god, the driver was driving like a maniac and I thought I was gonna get some sleep because it was overnight, but I didn't even get to sleep like 1 second. So I think I need some coffee. Came to Blue Bottle. I'm just trying to get things straight. Trying to make a list so I don't have to waste time and know where to go. So let's see how this goes. Yeah, I'm in New York, so I think I definitely gotta try the deli. What was the order? Ham and cheese on a roll and orange juice. Ham and cheese on a roll.
Ham and cheese on a roll, you want mayo?
No mayo, please.
Only ham and cheese?
Yeah. Yeah, roll's good, thank you. Or maybe I think it's just an orange drink, but I get this. I got it. It was only $7.50. That's crazy. That's kind of cheap in my opinion. It's my day 2 trying to become a New Yorker. I was kind of underwhelming, but I just had to see it for myself. I have some exciting things lined up today. So first I have an interview at 1:30 as a product assistant. So that's really exciting. And I have a showing at 3. I'm gonna be in Brooklyn, so I'm gonna go see that. But right now it's lunchtime, so I'm trying to find a deli. The bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll, please. And chopped cheese. Okay, I got the bacon, egg, and cheese. So got chopped cheese. I didn't know it was gonna be 2 separate sandwiches. So also got chips. So I was actually in K-Town all day yesterday trying to find something, but this is how it went. It's like I'm back home, what the heck. I'm on my way to drop off my first resume, and I think I'm heading to K-Town. I'm Korean, so I think me being able to speak fluent Korean is gonna like really help me. So I'm gonna try to leverage that and use that to my advantage. Oh, they were fully staffed. On to the next one. Second one was a bus too. They're all fully hired. Oh, this place is closed. There's Empire State Building. Gotta be like a tour. I went to like 2 more places, but they were all either too busy or the managers weren't there. So I have some updates to share. Let me eat my chopped cheese while I'm sharing what's happening with me. First of all, the apartment, I did go see it, and I mean, it was kind of nice.
여기 계시던 거 언제 나가신 거예요?
그 친구가 한 3, 4주 전, 4주 전에 나갔어요. 근데 그 친구가 갖고 왔던 매트리스라 가지고
It's in like for New York. Like I know as someone who comes from Virginia, I have to put my standards down. But you know, I get my own bed. It's in pretty nice neighborhood, right next to a metro. Okay, this is so good. The person who was making was like, oh, do you want this? Do you want this? And I was just like saying yes to everything this time. And I'll be paying $1,010 per month. With utilities, it would be like $1,100 for the neighborhood and everything. I think it's a pretty good deal. And I was kind of vibing really well with the potential roommate too. I mean, obviously it's not perfect, and I'll be living with 4 people. As for the options I have right now, this is probably like the best one. Mostly because it will work really well with my schedule of the job that I'm gonna be starting tomorrow. So this is the product assistant job that I did the interview of. The interview wasn't much really. I guess he just wanted to see that I'm a human being, like a breathing human person. And when I was there, the person was just like, there's not much to talk about, you know, it's a job that you come in and kind of learn. So we're gonna see how you do for like the first 2 weeks, and then we'll decide if we want you full-time or whatever. Which, I mean, it's not ideal, but the thing is, it's a product assistant job at a manufacturing company, like clothing manufacturing company. And my job would be like, so basically like if a client wants a production and stuff like that, I'll be like the middleman who talks between the client and the people who make the clothes. So no, I won't be working at like a sweatshop. And that kind of trial period kind of works perfectly for me because I actually have to go back down for July 4th because my parents are going somewhere and they need someone to take care of their dog. My plan was to move to New York City after that, so maybe on like June 7th or 8th. And the person at the apartment told me that I could move in on the 7th, so it just works so perfectly with me. And you might be thinking, oh, he's set. I'll be getting paid New York City's minimum wage, which is $16. I did my calculations and I think I'll be able to survive. Probably not well, but I'll still be able to breathe. Probably not a lot. So I guess it'll be a journey of will he be able to support himself with the New York City's minimum wage. That I don't know how it's gonna go. So it might be the last day that I get to have one of these. Some people are probably asking like why I specifically accepted this job and not try to get like a serving job where you get paid tips, so it'll probably last me a little longer. To answer that, if you go back to like my first video, like it's all about fashion, right? And I do really like clothes, and one of the reasons why I worked in retail for like a year is because I wanted to learn more about clothes and be in that kind of environment. And as for me, you know, some people just like clothes because, you know, they would like pretty things or they want something that's high quality or whatever. But for me, it's about the curiosity, you know, because like fashion really is the first thing that you see when you meet a person, and it really defines who you are. And I felt like that kind of a philosophy is something so interesting to explore. And I feel like there's still a lot of places in fashion that can be explored. Yeah, like learning about how clothes are made, like why things are made that way. And then, you know, manufacturing clothes is like the foundation of all clothes. Like I felt like I would be able to do like a deep, really deep dive and like learn from the basics. And it seemed like a perfect path, like if anything, like a path like designed for me in a way, for me to take and like explore a little bit more. At one point, I did give everything up, and I was like, you know, this is not a dream that I should take. You know, it's just a dream. But you know, being in here kind of re-sparked that for me because, you know, New York is the fashion hub. Because, you know, like all delusional people, you know, I have that kind of a dream too, where, you know, one day maybe I'll own my own clothing brand, or, you know, maybe I'll design my own clothes or something like that. And I've always had like this dream of bringing Korean fashion into the fashion industry, and I think that's a place that's not explored very much. And not gonna lie, this job was so fucking sketch. Like I genuinely thought like I was gonna do like an unpaid internship, which I was gonna say no to. And you're just thinking like, okay, 16. And I was like, okay, so like, am I gonna sign any paperwork or anything like that? And he was just like, no, just, you know, just come in and see what happens. So honestly, this is like the biggest red flag, not gonna lie. But, you know, I'm working with other Koreans, and I feel like I do have that trust between my people. And you know, it's only temporary. I do have to say, you know, it's only 2 weeks and seeing, you know, how it goes afterwards. So, you know, if everything fails, I mean, I'm already in New York, so, you know, I'll just go and hunt for another job. Hopefully, I'll find something better. Like, I don't think you can really go any lower than $16 an hour, like 9 to 6, you know, not even full time, really. I don't think you can get lower than that. And you know, if things doesn't go well, I haven't signed my place yet, which I will this Friday, which I'm so excited to do. I'll have one checked off, which is having a place to stay. And you know, I'm still at the hostel and I'll be here until the 10th. So I'll be working while I'm sleeping and eating here. So That's gonna be a lot of fun. I wanted being in New York to be like a start of my dream, not the end of my dream where, you know, I'm just like living, surviving. You know, I want to build my dream of being here on top of each other. So if anything, like I feel like this would be a really good start to building the journey of, you know, maybe one day I'll do something more with the clothing knowledge that I gained from this. There's something always I want to try. I'm really so fucking embarrassed right now. Just got back, but I'm sitting outside because I don't want to go inside the hostel right now. So I want to know what the inside looks like, so I want to share a little bit. There's a bird right in front of me. I'm doing a voiceover because I didn't want to talk inside the room, but I found really funny that my room number is 212. I mean, I know that it's like a New York thing because of Brazilian banks, and I thought it's just really funny. But yeah, I'm sharing a room with 12 people. Yeah, I get my own bed like right here, and there's also a locker. It's kind of small, but it fit everything that I brought, so. But yeah, this is where I am for the next few days. I don't really see anybody or talk to anyone in here. Everybody's doing their own thing, and usually people come here with groups instead of a single person, and they usually leave like after 1 or 2 days. So yeah. Dang, it says no dogs, so I guess I can't go on it. So I'm out here at Hudson River Park right now. They had me off today, so I thought I'd come on to talk about how yesterday was and how the job was and everything. First thing is, it was really exciting to experience like the real New York's hustle and bustle because I was doing the commute. I was seeing people who were actually going to work, people who were actually getting off work. I was seeing like the families and seeing like the whole thing in my eyes and experiencing it was kind of mind-blowing. And I will say the day was very tiring because the work was kind of physically demanding. So Bro, why are there so many private helicopters here? What the heck? Anyways, when I was giving that big update like 2 days ago, I was saying that I wasn't gonna be working at a sweatshop, and I am not, but I will say it's still a factory. So it's a group of 10 people, you know, just like sewing clothes, making clothes, and doing all that stuff. And it actually put me up in the line yesterday, and I was folding clothes and packing it up, and I was learning how to use a seam ripper for like 8 hours straight. That's not all I did. I did do stuff that I was supposed to do. I met with like some clients who wanted some samples done, who wanted to like manufacture clothes, and I actually met with some designers too who wanted like their patterns cut. I also met with like fashion design school students who are interns in these places, who are like delivering fabrics and all that stuff. I actually did meet a lot of people who are in this creative field, and that was like really inspiring to me because one of the interns I met, I could see that he was like really in there because he wanted to be in there. And you know, these people are probably not getting paid at all. They're probably just interning for free. He was wearing these pair of pants that my boss told me that made himself, and I was like, that's kind of crazy, and that was really inspiring to me, but also kind of gave me like a reality check. I think my butt's getting wet from the grass. I have to move real quick. And I don't mind doing these medial tasks because, you know, I haven't been in this industry before, and I have to know all these things in order for me to move to the next step. And I really believe that if I ever want to do something with these kind of information, I have to know everything, right? I think it wouldn't make any sense if I was already a student who learned these things, but I didn't. So I think I really have to start from the beginning. But at the end of the day, I am meeting all these people. I am in this field, and I think that's the most important part. But like I said, I got a reality check because I finally realized like how competitive this world is. Not just the fashion world, but like every way. Just got off work. I'm here back in K-Town. This is so New York. I'm here to go into random establishments again and try to see if I can find like a part-time job. They just asked me to try applying online. I'm just gonna try one more place and then I'm gonna go home. I literally can't find a place. What the fuck? I gave up. I'm so hungry, so I think I'm gonna go get some New York pizza. Bro, the pizzas were $4.99 each slice. No, I feel like I can find $1 pizza.
Into the thick of it! Into the thick of it!
Yeah.
Into the thick of it! Oh.
I found it. I got it, but there's literally nowhere to sit to eat. So full now. I think I'm gonna head home. Just kidding. Here at the Brooklyn Bridge Park. Can you believe that I can just come here after work? Like 20 minutes I'm here. That's crazy. So I came here because I feel like I have some things that I need to reflect on. I think yesterday I was talking about how I had like a reality check, right? So I'm starting to realize like how expensive New York is. I was starting to feel like maybe I should really think about my situation a little bit better, and that kind of made me want to try to look for something else. Wow, the lights are starting to turn on. It's so pretty. You know, $16 isn't gonna cut it in New York, and the only reason I was optimistic is because I felt like I had a very similar situation. At one point I was getting paid like $14 an hour, and I was paying $800 per month, and I was sharing a house with 7 people. It was 4 people to 1 bathroom, so it's very similar, and I guess I kind of thought, oh, it's gonna be the same, but New York tax is a lot more expensive, and 1100 is not the same as 800, so I think I was being a little bit too optimistic to a point where I felt like I was coping. I do really want to do well here. I would say I'm pretty naive to a lot of facts, but you know, I think I'm able to decide things pretty quickly. So, you know, if things don't go well, I'm able to change things quickly. You know, if this job isn't working and I'm running low on money or something like that, I'll be able to make that switch quickly to find something that I'll be able to stay. So, I don't know, I do believe in myself, but I felt like I was maybe being a little bit too optimistic and maybe coping a little bit too hard. So I think I'm starting to really feel like, okay, I really need to think real about this. And I am gonna do like a whole cost calculation of how much it took for me. I'll be sharing that so people can know, you know, I kind of have like an estimate. It's so crazy here, like really, like I said, I'm just sitting out here overlooking Manhattan, and it's so beautiful. And I feel like it really opens my eyes to a lot of things. So I'm really, really excited for what to come from here on out. Last view before I go home. Okay, I'm going home. I signed my lease.
제가 그대로 이메일로 보낸 그날이 일요일인데 제가 그날 출근을 하고
얼굴 이렇게 같이 나오게. 이렇게 같이 하나 나오게. So I'm actually a New Yorker now. It's crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna be living in this freaking jungle from here now. I took that video just so that people know who the culprit is if I go missing. I'm just kidding. I asked if I could. I had to come to Central Park. It's my first real weekend in New York. I actually tried to go out yesterday and it was kind of a failure. It's my first weekend in New York City. It's Pride, so the gays are out. Found this place. I'm gonna go. The entry fee is like $10, so we'll see how it is. I'm just walking around by myself because I mean I don't really know anybody still, but I still want to go out and see what's out there. The only weekend out of the year, so I have to go out and see what it's like. I mean, I might just be out there for like 10 minutes and come back, but I still want to just explore a little bit. Everybody here's with someone. It's kind of awkward thing to say. I just chugged my drink and I just left. I don't think I know how to party by myself yet, but that was a cool experience. But literally, I got like hungover after that one drink. I swear they were trying to kill me, and I was like drunk after that. I don't even know how I got home. I can say hi to billionaires too. Hello. Can't forget about food, so I'm here at Hello guys. Oh, can I get a regular platter? Lettuce, tomatoes, and can I get the Euro? Got it. Well, I have to get something a little bit more expensive so I can celebrate. Love New York food so much. Headed to New York City Pride. Little. Oh, yeah. Got a free fan. Found my spot. Looks like it's gonna rain though. It's starting. Oh my god, wait. That's the self-massage. Thank you. This is Mac and Ashley. They just gave me this flag. That was crazy. On my way to work right now. This is what the inside of my job looks like. I mean, I don't even know if I'm supposed to film, so I'm just doing like a secret. So my main job is to talk to the clients, so just assisting with like, the production of everything. But if you see the real worst part of it, you know that assistant is just doing a lot of bitch work, so that's what I usually do too. But for the 90% of the time, I'll just be quality checking, so I'm just sitting there and doing, just checking over clothes every day. Going home. I got my first paycheck today. Yeah. And there's literally only one thing that I want to eat right now. Hi. I'm good. Can I get chopped cheese on the roll, please? With lettuce, tomato, and chipotle mayo. I think I deserve this. Got it with pepper jack cheese and chipotle mayo. That's crazy. So as someone who's been living in New York for a week, these are some things that made me feel like a real New Yorker. The first thing is stitching the metro card and using the Omni card. Don't need this anymore. The second thing is going to the New York Public Library to get a library card. Like an Harry Potter. Yeah, it's really mostly the ebooks and the museum discounts.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, thank you. So the librarian told me in order to get the free museum tickets, you need to go to Culture Pass at NYC and reserve a ticket. And when I was browsing, I saw that the Metropolitan Museum was there, so I just had to go. So don't be dumb like you have to turn your Culture Pass into a ticket. Specifically because I saw online that there was a Korean art showing, so I really wanted to see that. The third is going to a unique bookstore and reading a book. Because my phone ran out of battery. So the actual third is getting lost in Central Park and finding out that it's actually hiking. Nobody told me walking around Central Park is hiking. But this led me to finding really unique spots in Central Park. I don't know how the fuck I got here. The view's really nice. Well, I can even go in the water from right here. The fourth is going back to where everybody is in Central Park and taking a big fat nap. And lastly is just exploring the city and seeing the beauty of it all. These are some things I noticed about New York City as someone who's from small suburbs. I'm from Yorktown, Virginia, if you're curious. And I'm here because my parents are on a trip and they needed someone to take care of Miss Mongshi right here. And I also needed to pack up some stuff before I make my final move. So Yorktown is down south of Virginia, and if you Google the place, you'll find out that the population is like this. It's actually not accurate, but it might as well as be. But yeah, I've been here my whole life basically, and it's obviously very different from New York City. So very first thing is how much steps I get every day. So in New York, I've been averaging about like 12,000 to 15,000. I think it's mostly because I am still exploring the city, but on the days where I just commute and just work, those days still average to about 10,000 steps. Here, I was getting about maybe like 1,500 on a good day. Ooh, she's pooping. When I was here, I was working from home, so I didn't really have anywhere to go. And even if I did have somewhere to go, you just get in your car and you're at the destination. So you don't really get a lot of chance to walk. And honestly, I hate driving. I hate having a car. Even if you want to walk around here, there's no sidewalks here. I mean, you have to walk on the road, so people will kind of assume that you have something. So first 3 days, my legs were so sore and they were like cramping up, but still it's been a pretty positive change for me. The second thing I noticed is that there's no tax on clothes and shoes. So I bought a pair of sandals because I didn't bring any, and I realized that they didn't tax my stuff. So I did like a little bit of search, and it said that anything below $110 they don't tax on clothing items. And it all makes sense on why Charlotte from Sex and the City had a shoe addiction. Actually, I think she was buying Manolas there like thousands of dollars, but as someone who's buying cheap shoes, I'll take that discount. The third thing is the air quality. I mean, it's kind of obvious that if you're in the city that air quality is not going to be as good as somewhere like here. But I have very sensitive eyes, and it's very dry all the time. So any kind of change, you'll notice very quickly. I was in the subway. My eyes would just get teary. People are probably thinking that I'm going through a breakup or something, but it's because it was so dry, and I think it's because there was a lot of dust. I think it's something that I'm slowly getting more used to. And I guess going along with that, some people might find this disgusting, but I've been a nail biter my whole life, and I've been trying so hard to kill that habit, but nothing has worked. But as soon as I landed in New York, I just stopped completely. And it's because my fingers were so grimy after each day, and I think it's because being in public, you're touching a lot of things. So I've been a lot more more conscious. So that's been a pretty positive change for me. You can genuinely see my nails are growing now. I made it. I have no idea how the hell I'm gonna get to my destination with these, but let's see. By the way, these are 100% fake. Makes a nice shirt, yes.